Hello and welcome to a new video, and today we are going to see the new climate monitoring dashboard and all that it contains and how to create it. So let's go. We are in our workspace that represents a restaurant, and I have some CO2 sensors in this workspace, and they also measure temperature, humidity, and we have some measurements in here. As you can see, we are using different new widgets that you have available as well. We have the histogram widget and so on, and our beautiful value widget presets. And what I'm going to show you now is how to create a new global dashboard using our dashboard preset for climate monitoring. And of course, this one will work if you have a workspace with devices that measure climate. And in this case, if they have CO2, temperature, humidity, and so on. And you're going to go to Add Dashboard. And now you will see that a new modal opens, and the option to create a manual dashboard is still there. But you can also create a climate monitoring dashboard. Our idea, of course, for the future is that you have lots of presets and that you can select different options. In this case, we are going to select climate monitoring, as that one is common use cases on Datacake. So I'm going to create this called climate monitoring dashboard, and I see there I have the option already, so I'm just going to select it and create the dashboard. And now we have an empty dashboard, as you can see. Of course, you are going to ask yourself, it's a pre-made dashboard. Well, you have to select the devices, of course, that you want to be included. And in this case, you also have the option to select all of them. You can also filter by tags or by name, serial number, location, etc. So you can also add these climate monitoring dashboards for a small subset of your whole devices. And in here, you also can see an overview of them, where they are, the tags that they have, and so on. Save selection, and we are going to wait a couple of seconds, and then that's it. We have a beautiful pre-made dashboard in a couple of seconds using all of the data from our sensors in this workspace. And as you can see, we have different tabs up here. We have an overview, climate compliance, events, and device list. We are going to go over those. And you also have a small overview of what is included in this dashboard. We have 6 devices in total, 5 online, 1 offline, over the last 24 hours, but you can also select the last 7 days or the last 30 days. We also have different modes. In this case, we have the average, but you can also select to have an overview of the weighted or the worst case. And in the settings, you can change the name of your dashboard. You can change the icon of your dashboard. You have a dashboard ID, of course, with the UUID that sometimes you need for certain GraphQL API commands or so on. And you also have the URL, and you can delete your dashboard. You also have here calculations. So you also have the option to change the minimum, maximum temperature and humidity and so on to create the compliance dashboard that we are going to see later. So you also can modify these thresholds. And again, for dew point, mold risk, score classification, all of these is calculated simply using the data from your device. The device is simply calculating or sending temperature, humidity, and CO2, and Datacake does the rest for you. So you can reset to defaults. You can also save your own settings. And now I'm going to scroll a little bit so that you can see how beautiful this dashboard is. You have a climate score trend with the average, the best device, and the worst device measurements. And then you can also see an area performance comparison in case that you have different areas set on your workspace, and score distribution. In this case, on peak hours, our devices are measuring not such good levels of CO2, so you can also take actions. And we have a set of recommendations for your rooms or your devices. In this case, for example, it says it's in red, so it's quite a critical recommendation, and it says that you should review your settings and check equipment for malfunctions, for example, verify if the sensor calibration is correct, and then some other ones that are less critical. And you also can see that there might be some inconsistencies in here. So you have all of these just by having a couple of clicks. And we also have a climate dashboard with average temperature, average humidity, temperature range, humidity range, and so on. Trends for all of your devices, the distributions, and some area climate summary with the values, if the values are out of range or inside of range. And you can see the devices that are distributed among the different areas on your space, building, restaurant, offices, or whatever you have, wherever you have your devices. And now we are going to see the compliance analysis. The compliance analysis is based on the rules, globally accepted rules for climate monitoring and for room air quality and so on. So you also can see in here the overall compliance, dew point safety, mold preventions, and so on. And you can see how good your devices are doing. But not only that, you can also export a compliance report on PDF, which is amazing, and it's a great feature that a lot of you have been requesting. And in here you also have information that is contained in this dashboard, but now you have it for download and to send it via email, for example, with the global compliance metrics, the area compliance breakdown, and some configuration parameters, so that actually tells you which ones are our thresholds, and some summary statistics. And all of these also with a click. So you have the option to download it right on your dashboard. And in events, for example, you also have the option to export. You can export it in different formats. You can export an Excel table, a CSV file, or a PDF. And in here you have timestamps, devices, location, and the events with some descriptions and the severity of the event and the last values measured by the devices. And this is amazing because you can also filter, you can search devices. If you have a lot of devices, you can also create a subset of your devices. And last but not least, you have a device list with, again, device names and climate scores, and everything is very visually appealing. So you can directly see the red ones, the yellow ones, and the green ones, and you can see right away in one side everything, and you can decide what to do with your rooms, with your building, and so on. So I hope this is useful and clear. You saw how fast I created this. So I just made a couple of clicks, selected my subset of devices, and all of this was pre-made for me. So I'm not doing anything, I'm just showing you what it contains. And I hope this was useful. I hope you had fun watching, and let us know in the comments what you think and what else you would like to see in a pre-made dashboard. See you next time. Bye.